Hey guys, Sandy here. Welcome back to my channel. Today for Follow Sketch February and 100 Sketchy videos, we are going to be using this sketch. It has circles, lots of circles, and lots of rectangles. So I am going to be scrapbooking these two photos. They came from the Lego store in downtown Disney at Disneyland. I have this one little banner piece that I want to use here, and then I think I'm going to do something fun with washi tape. So let's see what I can do. All right, you guys, so I went into my stash and I pulled out a variety of washi tapes, and I pulled out black and white ones, and I also pulled out red ones. And what I'm going to do is make some washi tape circles. Now, I find that this is the easiest way to do it, instead of cutting out circles first and then coating them with washi tape. I just find that this makes it so much easier, you guys. You just run it through your die cut machine and voila, you got plenty of circles. So I'm just going to stack this. I'm not really concerned too much with the pattern. I'm just making sure that I don't have the same one right next to each other, just because, you know, I don't want there to be a whole circle that just has basically one washi tape on it. And I think one of the tiny little circles that I do ends up kind of looking that way, but since it's just a tiny little circle, I'm not stressing out about it. Now, I am using basically just printer paper here. I didn't pull out a good cardstock. I didn't pull out a thick cardstock. I didn't even pull out a thin pattern paper. I grabbed a piece of white computer paper, and I figured that that would be easy for my dies to cut through. I wasn't worried about just having to cut through twice, just wasn't worried about it whatsoever. One of these days, when I actually get new mats for my die cutting machine, I will show you guys on camera. But my mats for my die cutting machine are a travesty. The one is actually broken in half, and I kind of tape it together to shove it through the die cut machine. So yeah, there it is. Now I am going to take these foundation circles, and these are from Brutus Monroe. They are just circles in a variety of sizes, and I am adhering them to the washi tape with purpur tape, and the purpur tape will keep the dies in place. And I'm just doing that because, you know, I don't want them to shift. I want to be able to get as many circles out of this washi tape that I can. And the washi tape is just going to hold it in, or not, the purpur tape is going to hold the washi tape in place. So I'm just trying to figure out where I should be putting these things, and now I've got that all set. So I ran that through the die cut machine, and now I am popping them out. And of course, the purpur tape sticks a little bit to the washi, but no big deal. It pops right on off. So I am going to take these circles off and place them back on the adhesive acetate piece. And that's just because I don't want to lose my circles. So I also have this cool little metallic bowl that has a magnet attached to it. And it does have some small dies in it right now, actually. I recommend that if you are working with smaller dies to get yourselves one of those magnetic metal bowls. I picked up mine at Harbor Freight for like $1.99 or something like that. They are super cheap. So my circles are kind of rolled up a little bit, and that's because I am using that thinner printer paper instead of a good cardstock. I'm not concerned about that though. Like, it's not going to stress me out whatsoever. I wanted to be able to put these lines around my layout. So I grabbed this stencil right here, and this is the Basics Circle Stencil. They're just circles upon circles. No, it's not circles upon circles. Can't say that because there's actually a stencil named Circles Upon Circles. So it's just a graduation of circles, kind of like the dies that you can use to mask or trace or whatever you need to. So I just moved them around ever so slightly and then I went ahead and traced around it with my black pen. And if it didn't go absolutely straight and I moved it a little bit, the better, because, you know, I wanted this kind of be a messy circle. And then I'm going to adhere these photos to a piece of paper. I decided that paper was a little bit too orangey. It was too much orange for me to put it together with the black and white and red, because it's feeling very Disney-esque right now. Even though this is from the Lego store, it's a very Disney page. And that's okay, because this Lego store is in downtown Disney in California. So I do have to say, I absolutely love the Lego store. They always are just so cool. Not only to look at the sets that you can buy to build specifically, kind of like the Destroyer and the Millennium Falcon over here, but sometimes they have the coolest things that their employees have built just out of random Legos, and it's cool. It is really cool. I am a fan of the Lego. So I have this strip of paper that I used on a previous layout. I'm going to go ahead and trim it down, and then I'm going to make my circles happen. Now, instead of having like rectangular blocks, I decided to go with those stripy, scrappy bits, and also this foam, not foam, this banner. I do pop up this circle on some foam. That's just to give it a little bit of lift off the page. It's just for a little bit of visual interest. There's not a whole heck of a lot going on with this layout past the washi. And that's just because there is a lot of washi and a lot of pattern, and there's a lot of excitement for your eyes. So now I'm kind of referencing the sketch. I'm like, okay, there's two that overlap right here, but my circles are a little bit bigger than what they have here. And like I said, I'm okay with that. I have always been okay with taking a sketch and adjusting it to suit your needs, or also just taking a little part of it to suit your needs, or really just ignoring it whatsoever. Like, whatever works for you, keep on doing it. Like, I love completed pages, and even more than completed pages, I love completed albums. And since I scrapbook chronologically, once the year is done, I'm like, yes, it feels so good. It feels so good, you guys. So tell me, are you a chronological scrapbooker? Do you play within the years? Are you strict chronological? I used to be strict chronological. Or are you just kind of a do whatever you want whenever you feel like, and you might store chronologically? How do you store? I'm just, those kind of things are always interesting to me, about how other people scrapbook and how they store albums and how they organize them. It's just fascinating. It's just fascinating. So now I am going through and I'm trying to come up with a title. So I know that I'm going to use Lego, and I know that I'm going to use these thicker brand, but also thicker, bold, thicker is what I mean. They're not like super skinny letter stickers. So I was like, well, maybe I just call it Lego. Maybe that's all we need to know. Is it though? Is that really all we need to know? I don't think so. I don't think so. So I'm going to go ahead and find some other thickers to do it as well. And I probably should have checked out the lag time on this video, but I didn't think it took me that long to find them. Apparently it did. So I have these field trip thickers from Shimmel, and I bought these at Tuesday Morning, and they come with red on one side and blue on the other. So since I store my thickers by color, I put the red in one package and then the blue in another. So I don't have the exact letters that I need. So I spell out Lego Mania, and I'm using a W for the M, and I'm using upside down V's for the A's, and I'm using an upside down U for the N. So basically, the only letter I actually had for this layout was an I. Isn't that exciting, guys? I do decide to fill in the A's with that straight line across, just because I feel like it looks a little bit better, since you can tell I'm kind of like finagling these letters to make it work. I mean, that's that upside down U, like it just screams you're making this work. And that's okay. Like making it work with letter stickers, I feel like that's one thing like I'm like, yes, figure that out. So I have decided that that is all I'm going to do. I placed the hidden Mickey up there because, you know, Mickey is going to be on every single layout in this album. And then that is going to do it, guys. Thank you so much for watching. Thanks for joining me for our 26th day of 100 sketchy videos and our 25th day of Follow a Sketch February. Make sure you join the Scrapping Reflections Facebook group. That way you'll have access to all the sketches. And I will see you again real soon for another video.